Hi everyone, it's Kelly, and I am here in my quiet, calm space. I have flowers, I lit a candle, and I turned off all my lights. And this is a way for me to start my day, drink my coffee, and kind of just think for a little bit, prepare myself mentally for my workday. But that kind of goes into today's hip tips, which is positive thinking. And I know I need to fix my nail polish. So it's easier when we're at home to find a quiet space to maybe sit in our favorite chair or go lay on the couch or maybe go into our room and listen to our headphones or maybe put on our favorite music, read, do a puzzle. But when we're working or when we're at My Possibilities, sometimes it can be really hard to find a quiet space, or sometimes it can be really hard to work through an activity, and sometimes we get really frustrated or anxious. And so what I want to teach you is ways that you can kind of work through that and stay positive while you're at school, while you're at work, and in a way that's acceptable for the workplace or My Possibilities. So at MP, there's pictures that show you can put your head down, you can draw, you can go take a bathroom break and get some water, or maybe you can put your head down for a little bit. Well, while you're at work, you might not be able to do those things, and we may be busy with customers, we might be busy with the whole task list of things to do that have to be done before our shift. So, how do we stay positive? How do we keep our frustrations low and keep up with our work so that by the end of the day, we have done everything we needed to, but also in good spirits? And one of the things that I do is, like you saw yesterday with Renee, I write myself positive notes. I have "You've got this," and it goes in the back of my work ID, and I just shove it in there so that no one can see it. And when I'm having a really rough day, I like to pull that little reminder out and tell myself, okay, you've got this. You can definitely do this. Make it through today. Another thing I like to do is think of what I'm going to do when I go home. Well, I get to see my pups. I get to read my favorite book. I get to spend time with one of my favorite people. And I get to look forward to that. So it makes me more motivated to keep working through it. Okay, there is light at the end of a busy day. There is hope at the end of a day where maybe you just have so much stress. The other thing that you can do, and if you talk to your employer about it, or you can even do this at My Possibilities, is what I like to call a working break. It's not a break where you leave and you're done for a while and you completely tune out. It is where maybe you are working on an activity that's really hard. Like maybe you're working on your handwriting and you're really frustrated. It's not working the way you want it to. Maybe you're not quite understanding how to do it. I take a working break. So I might say, hey, I just need a minute. I'm going to go restock something on the shelf, or I'm going to go organize this shirt station over here. Or at My Possibilities, it could be something like, hey, I'm going to get a rag and wipe my table. Or maybe I'm going to take a walk, but I'm going to come back. So a working break isn't a complete break. It is, you're still busy, you're still working on something, and you're going to come right back to your activity. Usually no more than, I would say, about 2-3 minutes. And if you need help adjusting to that time, I would look at if you have a watch on, if there's a timer, but it's a very short break and we're busy working during that time. And it just takes my brain away from what I'm doing, and it helps me focus on something else that's productive, and it helps me collect my thoughts, and it helps me have a better attitude when I go back. This is especially helpful if you're working with customers and maybe you've had one customer after another that is unhappy. Maybe they've taken their bad day out on you. It's good to go maybe put groceries back on the shelf. Maybe you see that the ketchup needs to be stocked. These are all working breaks. You're still working, but it's not as heavy as what you were doing before. And it's just good to collect your thoughts, but write yourself a positive note. Stick it behind your schedule in your lanyard. Remind yourself that you're doing a good job. Remind yourself that we're all going to have a really tough day sometime, but it's what we do with it and how we make it out that makes it a better day. It teaches us and it keeps us in a healthy mind frame. So take care of yourselves. Take a working break if you need to. Write yourself a note just like you did yesterday. And if you can't think of anything positive, go talk to a coworker. Go talk to an instructor. And we'll build you up. We'll let you know how awesome you are. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.